So today I kind of got this idea. I want to take my Milwaukee M18 table saw and I want to build a table so that it can butt up against my MFT and giving me an out feed, but I want to be able to take it away whenever I want to. So first what I'm going to do is measure off some lengths of 2x4 and cut them down on the miter saw. At this point I'm only cutting the boards down to rough length. I will cut them down to their final length when I bring them to the MFT table later. Here I'm using my track saw and my MFT table to cut all the boards to their exact length. Here I'm going to assemble the frames for the top and for the base of this table saw cabinet. I'm going to use pocket holes to assemble these pieces. One frame down, one more to go. Here I'm taking measurement of my MFT table because I want the actual table saw cabinet to be at the same height. Here on the base I've added some extra boards for extra stability and also for places to mount the casters for this cabinet. This is version 1 of the table saw cabinet build for me. So I'm just actually using some scrap pieces of plywood to build this out, and if I need to change it in the future then I will. Here I'm cutting out the vertical pieces for this cabinet build. Now we're back to pocket holes. As you can see here, I've mounted the vertical pieces in all 4 corners and I'm putting in the stretchers between those pieces. It took a little trial and error for me to figure out how high the base for the table saw needed to be. I kind of measured the first time and it didn't work out, so I added some plywood pieces to kind of get it to level out, and then I had to recut those 4 2x4s that actually hold the table saw base. Here I'm cutting out the piece of plywood where the actual table saw is going to sit on the cabinet. In order to use the fence on this table saw, I'm going to have to cut down this area of 2x4 so that the fence can move freely. I decided to go ahead and remove this piece and cut it on the miter saw to just make it a little bit more accurate and easy. I added in this extra piece of 2x4 so that the actual top would have a nice flat surface to screw into when I put it on. Once I completed the top frame, I realized I needed to do some modifications in order for the actual fence to be able to travel to the left and to the right. So here I'm actually mapping those out and cutting it out with the jigsaw. I'm just using a piece of 18mm plywood for the top, and I'm using the frame itself to actually kind of scribe out how large the actual top needs to be. Here I'm going to use my track saw again to cut out the top. I needed to cut a little bit more material off of this front piece so that I could actually move the table saw fence to the left. In this clip I'm marking for the table saw cutout. I used my MFT Track Saw to cut out the table saw section. My Japanese handsaw came in handy while cutting out the corner sections. I'm marking the sections that need to be cut out for the fence to be functional. I'm going to put a few screws in here before I cut out these sections to hold the topper in place while I'm making the cut. A track saw is perfect for this application. I'm using the jigsaw here to finish out this part of the cut. With all the cutouts complete, I'm just going to map out where I'm going to put all my screws in the top. I took my little Milwaukee router here and just put a chamfer on the top of the workbench. Now let's see if the table saw fits. There it is. There's no finish on it, but you see the actual table saw cart. So if you take a look here, capacity here. So I got 24 or 24 and a half inches going to the right, about 32 inches going to the left side. And obviously massive outfeed table with my MFT. Obviously I'm able to feel my surfaces are pretty close to level. I can take my fence right on off, remove my fence, and then just have a full cut capacity there. But this is a fully battery operated saw that I can move around and go wherever I'd like to go. If I need more support to that side, I just shift it over, and I've got my outfeed there. And a closer look, you see there, it's just simple construction, pocket holes, caster wheels from Home Depot. Got the channels routed in the top to actually allow for the rails to run. It's just slightly above the table here so that I don't have any pieces get caught. Look down here. Right now I've got that little pancake compressor there, but that's probably not going to be housed there. I have access to the battery here. Yeah, this is, let me pull it around so you can see the back. Lock it. Yep. And I do have to secure the saw in there. I haven't done that yet. And then there you got the back. I mean, this is what I have so far. My Milwaukee M18 mobile cutting station. Thanks for taking time to watch the video, and I'll see you in my next one.